But the thing is, if all this stuff we can't really do it with, like, self-driving cars and batteries are cool, like, electric cars are cool and better, but one, self-driving cars would be way better because then you could just go on Uber and be like, hey, give me a car to go anywhere we want in the world for like 30 bucks. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. Today it looks muggy outside, but it's actually pretty nice. It's not supposed to rain, but it looks like it's gonna rain, so this is gonna be a cloudy day, which is actually kind of hot outside. There's a kitty cat running into the back door. Whoop. Anyways, guys, for a walk. So let's get this started. We'll cut back a few bits. So, hey guys, before I get this video, I'm gonna take out your channel. Remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell. And bitch, talk to you guys in a few minutes. So, hi guys, I'm back. We're taking my dog for a walk. It might actually rain. Kind of look like it's gonna rain, especially that way. But I don't know. My phone says we're fine, so we're gonna agree with the phone, right? Phones never lie to you, right? You always believe the weatherman, right? You can always believe the weatherman, right? It's not. Weather is always wrong because it changes by the minute. Actually, in the future, if quantum computers get way better than they are now, because quantum computers are still kind of wonky the way they are, but eventually quantum computers could really help with like the weather system, because then you could like, eventually, this is like probably 60 years, they could find like because the way the weather system works is any particle in the air can affect the weather. Like, seriously, like, this is like an extreme example, but there is a book that says this, which is probably could be true, but maybe not so much true. It's just hard to believe that something like that happened. But a butterfly in like Europe could flop its wings and cause a hurricane in the U.S. supposedly. But that's just like the butterfly effect. But that's more like other stuff. But yeah, like in order to like accurately predict like the weather to like 100% certainty, you'd have to be able to track like every particle in the air, which they kind of try to do now with like just like radar. Now they just like look at like clouds and say, oh, well, there's clouds forming here. But if they want to be 100%, they gotta like track like all the particles in the air, which is really hard to do, especially like there's so many particles in the air, obviously, because you know particle. Oh, they dug out the ditches again. Look at they dug out the ditches. Jake, they dug the ditches out. Jake, they dug the ditches out. Come on, Jake. Look at this. They dug the ditches out. Nice, 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 nice. Come on, Jiggy. They didn't do the other side though. Maybe that's what he was doing yesterday. Yeah, that's what he was doing yesterday. Because they had big equipment going up through and down the road. I was wondering what they're doing. Did they dig it all the way through? Yeah, they did. But they stopped at our house. Why did they stop at our house? The world may never know. And when they do the other side, who knows? Come on, Jakey. Anyways, as I was talking about, quantum computers, they could like, eventually, maybe, I don't know, probably 50, 60, maybe not even our lifetime, but quantum computers could like, look at every single thing in the sky, like every particle in the sky, and be like, hey, we got this and this, and this will cause this to happen in 5 days from now, or 6 days from now, or even like, they don't do like more than like 3 or 4 days, honestly. Even now, it's hard to even predict, like, even just looking at clouds, you get like 3 days of pretty decent reporting, but then it can change like all the time. Like, yeah, quantum computers, guys, gonna be what if, guys, we're so close to having like huge breakthroughs in science. Like, we will have quantum computers that can actually be good. We could have semiconductor, like, is it semiconductor? No, not semiconductors. The thing, we could have like nuclear fusion, quantum computing, and then we could ever find a, what do they call it? Superconductor. There we go. Superconductor, not semiconductor. Superconductor at like room temperature. That would change everything. Those 3 things would change the entire world forever. Like, it would be like a new industrial revolution all over again. Especially if we get like, if they can figure out a way to make quantum computers. Well, we already have quantum computers and we do have fusion. It's just that they're just, in order like, if we had like superconductors at room temperature, quantum computer would be a lot more feasible. And also at that point, if we did make fusion, because right now, did you know our power grid loses like 60% of the energy from it leaves a power plant to your house? That's actually insane, because anytime it travels distance on like our current line, it actually loses like, for like every mile, it loses like 0.3% or something. I don't know if it's that much, but it's a lot. They lose a lot of energy just going through the lines because, you know, copper doesn't conduct electricity all the way. But if they could find one at room temperature, which there was rumors it was, but it's not actually true. But if they did, quantum computers, fusion energy would have clean energy for life, because, yeah, they have had fusion, but it's really hard to do, and they can't really sustain it very well. And I think they did finally put energy in or out or something. But yeah, but those 3 things would change the world forever. One, and AI is going to change the world too, by the way. AI is going to be a big thing, because you can use AI to like find new stuff. You could be like, hey, AI, you could literally like, AI is going to change the world too. Okay, fine, 4 things. AI, once it gets, like, ChatGPT is already changing the world. More than people know. Like, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And then, like, they have AI that can like make anime. Well, granted, it's very early stages, but it's going to change the world in probably 10, 20 years. because then you will have self-driving cars that are AI powered, and then it is gonna be great. But the thing is, if all this stuff we can't really do it with, like self-driving cars and batteries are cool, like electric cars are cool and better, but one, self-driving cars would be way better because then you could just go on Uber, be like, hey, give me a car to go anywhere we want in the world for like 30 bucks, right? Not the world, but you know. And then you just pay 30 bucks and go. You wouldn't even know what's doing in a car. And then it'd be like all self-driving, which would be nice. And then anybody could go anywhere at any time. Even kids could be driving around. But yeah. But the thing is, our power grid is not ready for it. Electric cars, especially, and also battery technology is not. Lithium ions is good, but they take a lot of rare earth minerals to make lithium ion batteries. So they're working on it. Like you can make a. There's another battery. I do a lot of research on stuff, guys. I like to stay up to date in modern technology, just because technology changes fast and everything's changing. There's like all kinds of stuff you can do with what's it called? Solid state batteries, and there's one that you can make out of like carbon too, which is like one of the most abundant materials on the planet. Or aluminum. There's aluminum too. They did an aluminum battery. I can't remember, but there's a couple batteries that can change the game, and solid state batteries are going to change it. And then like solid state batteries would basically make cars go like 3 times as farther and like charge 40 times faster. You could like literally have a smartphone that could last for like 4 days. In theory, in practice, I don't know, but that's in theory. Like I said, I see the future being like a house or maybe even like a city. If quantum computers get really, if they can't get quantum computers like smaller than what they are now, because they're pretty big, if they could make like one giant quantum computer for like say a city or like an area, and then all the phones or something in that area would like, you would have like basically just like a tiny phone in your pocket or like a screen, and then it would like go off the Wi-Fi basically, and like it'd be like streaming, kind of, not really streaming, but I can see that happening. And then like all like the major tasks are done by the quantum computer. I would actually honestly it'd probably be like household per household, have like one household have like one quantum computer per household, and then like all your streaming stuff comes off of it, and then that way like your phone would be way smaller. It'd just be basically a screen and just a chip just to run the operating system, and everything else would just be run off of the quantum computer. That's how I see it in the future, honestly. I might be wrong, but that's how I see it in the future. Like have like, and then phones would get way smaller, and then phones will last way longer because one, you wouldn't have to buy a phone every year, because it would just be, all you need is just a chip just to run the operating system and the visuals, and it'd be way thinner, battery would be way longer, and then yeah, and then all like the major tasks, like say you want to play a video game on your phone, it would like hook up to your quantum computer wirelessly somehow. I don't quite get how that would work out yet, but they'll figure out a way eventually. It could be Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi would have to get a lot better and less laggy. But yeah, and then like you could play video games anywhere, like say in your house or anywhere. That would be cool. And then the quantum computer would do all like the major calculations, because it'd be way better at calculating stuff if quantum computers get better, because right now they're pretty wonky. But I mean, look at regular computers. If you guys remember back in like the 60s and 70s, they had computers, but they was the size of a room. And look at it now, we got one in our pocket, so things are going to change fast. Like, and then energy, obviously energy is a big thing, because once you get clean energy, unlimited clean energy, because that would be fusion, because it literally, well, okay, fusion isn't as great as it, the way they want to do fusion now is, still has issues. One, because it has to have like this really rare metal to like do it, and plus it's really hard anyways. But if they could figure out a way to make it, like it literally just uses salt water, honestly. And then, and the cool thing about fusion is you can't really weaponize it. I say that now, but you know, humans, we always weaponize everything. But yeah, you can't really weaponize it. So you could give it to poorer countries. You could give it to like Africa and all the other places. And you don't have to worry about nuclear proliferation. I can't say the word. Because that's the reason why more countries don't use nuclear now, is because everyone's afraid, like, oh, if we give nuclear power to people, they're going to figure out how to make bombs out of it. Which, yeah, modern nuclear power plants makes plutonium, which is very weaponizable. But the thing is, there's other ways around it. You could use like SMRs, which are way less weaponizable. Plus, you could use thorium, which doesn't really make that much more. Like, if we had like thorium SMRs, small nuclear reactors, small modular reactors, where I live, we have a bunch of old coal power plants, because hashtag West Virginia, all about that coal life for hundreds of years. Yeah. Actually, around here, there's actually like old coal towns around here that literally popped up and then died when the coal mine died. Like, there's literally a town around here where you can go to like and buy stuff with their money, which is ridiculous to even think about. Anyways, what was I gonna say? There's actually a coal mine right down in the woods down there where they actually used to pull it up on mules and then sell it to a train. There actually used to be a train like a mile down the road. They'd pull it out of here, put it on a train, and take it to Morgantown or Kingwood and ship it on boats anywhere in the country, which is insane to think about. Whew. I'm hot. It's hot up here. It's humid. I'm sweating because it's humid. Anyways, what was I going to say? Anyways, there's coal power plants right here, and there's a company that's going to put in a SMR in an old coal plant because coal power or nuclear power plants SMR still need all the stuff to like run it. They still need a turbine and everything, but then you also have to add a nuclear reactor on top of it. So they're going to put the nuclear reactor in a coal power plant, and instead of turning like coal, they're just going to put nuclear in it, which is actually pretty cool. They're supposed to build it here within 5 years, I think. I even started on it, I think. There's a bunch around here, and they're going to put a bunch of them in. And the cool thing about small nuclear reactors are, modular reactors, is one, they're small. Two, this is how they want to do it in the future. They're going to be thorium powered probably in the future. Right now, they're just using the old-fashioned way because no one's really made a thorium reactor yet. They say it's possible, but they haven't done it yet. So they're probably just going to go the old school way. But the thing is like, you can also, they eventually they could make it to where you can manufacture in like a factory, and then put it in like a back of like a truck and put it anywhere and encase it in like concrete. And that way it'll run for like 40 years or maybe even like 20, 40 years. Stick it in the ground, run it for 20, 40 years, nothing will happen to it. And then once it dies, you just pull it out, put the reactor underground or whatever, because it's kind of, you can put it in the back of a truck and then put a new one in. Boom, boom, boom. And you can like chain them together and make like a geek water entry. Granted, they're not gonna, yeah. And then the cool thing about that is you can put them in like poor countries where the power grid can't really handle a nuclear reactor. Like giant nuclear reactors now are like gigabits of energy, and obviously that's a lot of energy, and most places can't handle that. Like power grids, especially like poor countries like Africa and South America. Come on, Jake. Yeah, that's issues with stuff. But yeah, Jake. But those you could literally transport anywhere, and there's a less likelihood of people taking it apart because they'd be like encased in concrete or whatever. And you can't really open up concrete or anything. I mean, you can, but then you have people going and check it out. Like, well, what's opened up? Because if you open up concrete, obviously it's gonna. My dog's freaking out. I gotta cut back, guys. I'll cut back if you don't want to hear my dog yelping on brains out. Anyway, guys, I'll cut back if you minutes. Hi, hi, guys. I'm back. So earlier I said it wasn't gonna rain. Well, I made it home and it started raining. So hooray! We actually made it home just in time. Well, yeah, it started raining right when I got through the front door, sprinkling a little bit, and then right when I got in, it really came down for a few seconds, like a minute or two. I'm gonna go feed the chickens some green tomatoes and some leftover squash we didn't eat yesterday. Yes, we've been eating green tomatoes. Anybody ever had green tomatoes? Like, most people don't even know, like, you can eat green tomatoes, but you can, and it's pretty cool. They're not my favorite, but I can eat them. My dad won't eat them, but I'd rather ripe tomato, but I can eat green tomatoes, too. And these are just fried zucchini we had yesterday that we didn't finish because I ate too much. But, yeah, chickens love this stuff. You'll see chickens go crazy here in a minute. They're gonna go cray-cray. Love feeding chickens food. You ever feed chickens food, they go nuts over it. They go ballistic over it. It's funny to watch. I'll show you in a second. Oh my gosh. Let me turn off the fence first. And it's starting to rain again, so let's make this quick. If I can get through here. Everything's in the way. Definitely need to cut the grass. Okay, here we go. Chicken time. Chickens will eat anything you throw at them. Look, see, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. Look at them. One ran right into the bucket. You nutty chickens. You know, we haven't lost any... Well, okay, we did lose one chicken inside to a raccoon. But the raccoon jumped down over top the fence. You see that hanging limb? We actually have it on camera. It jumps down over top the fence and took the chicken out of the chicken house. A baby chicken. And we haven't lost any since. We fixed the door because there's a hole further. We fixed it and we haven't lost any since. So this electric fence is pretty good, actually. Works out pretty well. I like it. We haven't had anything come in today and grab a chicken since we put an electric fence, which is nice. So, yeah. We lost one chicken at night to a raccoon, but that was inevitable at some point because raccoons are crafty little boogers. They'll get in anything. They got hands. They can open doors and everything. Seriously. Raccoons can, like, open your front door if you let them. If they want in your house bad enough, they could. They're crazy. They got hands. Right, kitty cat? Meow, you trash panda. And they're not afraid of anything either, by the way. Like, I had raccoons on our front porch one year, and I was throwing firecrackers at them to get them away because they was on our porch, wouldn't leave us alone. So I was trying to scare them off with firecrackers. I threw a firecracker, and then it hissed at me, wasn't going to fight me. They didn't care. They're crazy. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll tell you guys in a minute. I'm going to end the vlog. So, whoop, it's raining. Yes, I'm gonna vlog. Hi guys, I hope it's not doesn't look too bad because I got this light because our light up top died. But yeah, we gotta get it replaced. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Didn't really do much, walk the road. Talked about future technologies, talked about chickens, a little about chicken, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I guess I'll talk to you guys. Alright, guys, if you made this part of the video, leave a picture up, but if you want to point, you can click here, subscribe below the video. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So